If you think too much about it, you'll fall apart. It's like dancing. I noticed that my father moved like a much younger man, sweating and swatting his racket, which was short and broad, more like a racquetball racket than tennis. I had never heard of pickleball until my father met his new wife at their active retirement community. She's great, you'll love her. The two of them played at least once a day, sometimes twice.
All right,
They
today,
scheduled the wedding in between their spring and summer
computer,
tournaments.
stop. Today we got grass-fed beef, potatoes and sweet potatoes. So we're going to do this. It's been a real busy day with work. So we're going to heat our stuff up here. We're going to do high. We're going to cut up our potatoes first. And I guess I should open up a chat room to see who's in the chat first. I'm dropping the ball here. Your channel shows that I'm live.
Hey, RVers.
Hey, RVers. So we got GGAB in the chat so far. Skip the ad. Boom. There I am. All right. Rock and roll. We got PJ Tucker, Deborah Jeffries. How's it going? So today I'm not going to be playing music. So we're doing grass-fed beef here. We're doing grass-fed beef. And we're going to have that with some grass-fed cheese and some butter action. So right now I'm going to cut up the potatoes and sweet potatoes. And we're going to head over to the cutting board. So can you hear me? Yep, it works out pretty good. So we'll do the taters first. I had a Zoom meeting, new show starting at the radio station, so I wanted to start the cooking stream right after Kelly's crafting, but that did not work today. So that's my goal, is to flow out of her, because that's about when I eat anyway, is to flow out of her crafting show. And well, this thing's got lots of eyes in it. And then do the cooking hour, cooking 30 minutes. This one could take a little bit longer today, who knows. So we'll definitely find out. Then we got some sweet potato action here. I cut off these ends because that doesn't work very well. So we got Nightbots on duty. Awesome. I can almost see the chat from here. But once I'm done peeling, I'll be able to read the chat. I eventually want to get somebody to help me read the chat, because I'm going to be doing this as much as I can to show people what I eat and how I fixed myself from all the little issues that I had just by eating clean. All right, so we're going to get these cooking first, and then we're going to focus on our grass-fed beef. So with sweet potatoes, I like to cut them thin, right here and against the grain, obviously. These are going to be boiled. We're not frying these, but I still don't like stringy sweet potatoes. So we're going to do it that way. I'm going to add a little garlic and onion with the grass-fed beef. So we got a little bit of that action going on. These don't have to be perfect because, again, we're not frying them. We're just cutting them up just to boil them. So I added another monitor to the system, and I didn't have a chance. I had adjusted some lighting and tweaked the lighting. So I'll get to the chat as soon as I get away from the cutting board. So we're going to switch to this happy little camera here. We got all different kinds of camera views. I actually have 4 cameras now. Technically more than 4, because I have one of them connected to the DVR system, the camera security system in the house, which shows a little bit of a delay, but that's this camera right there we're using. So now we got this going on here, sweet potatoes and potatoes. I think we're going to put a little bit more taters in there. What do you say? We got to make Gary proud. We got taters. We got red cactus in the chat. Let's do one more tater. What do you say? Yeah, let's do one more tater. Never mind that bald spot behind my head. That's something to do with age, I think. But that's just part of it. This time, I'll do it this way. So we'll get a different angle, so you don't have to look at my bald spot. Oh. Yeah. So this one's a little bit delayed because that's the security camera, but I hooked it into the system today. As I start doing these daily cooking, see right there, we got a whole bunch of a bad spot right there. These daily cooking videos, the system will evolve. I will have music in the background that I create. I'm not playing Poker Face today because I'm trying to figure out what YouTube is doing with my videos. The video yesterday was they didn't like it as far as it was restricted. So I said, okay, I'm going to see if they like the one today with no music. And then tomorrow we'll play music and see what the difference is. I'm going to figure out YouTube's algorithm, see why they're complaining about the videos when I play music on them, even though it's not copyright music. Like I said, I called the guy from Poker Face. He said I can play his music. So we'll see. And I also have a little camera switcher here, so I can do this little number right there, and that'll give me that camera. And then I can do this, and we have that camera. And then I can do that, and then we go back to the cutting board. So we'll do that one right now. All right, so I need to get a lid for the potatoes. Those can be cooking. And now I can start reading the chat. So this is how I do potatoes. I put just enough water in there. So let's see, let's get a good camera view. Just enough water in there where it's not going to burn the bottom. Hard to figure out where the camera is. It's right there, dummy. Right there. And then I'm going to put the lid on it. I'm going to add a little salt and a little pepper. So this is the pepper I add. Just a little bit of that. Or a little bit more. And then some sea salt action. It's this is what I got right now. This Himalayan sea salt. I'm out of Celtic salt, but this is a mixture of Himalayan and real salt. So we got that on pretty much high. Put the lid on, and now we need to cut open our grass-fed beef. So that stuff has been defrosting for a while. This can be a little bit messy. So let's do this. All right, so we got the right camera view on. So yeah, this is where I definitely need somebody to read in the chat for me. But once I get everything in the skillets, then I can pay more attention to the chat. So I'm going to slow this down here on the temperature. That's what I didn't want to happen. I'm going to go pour some of this blood off. And I cook meat a little bit different than everybody else, and you're fixing to find out how I do it. A little bit of I know red cactus is probably red tagging me on that. That's just fine. Go ahead and red tag me. That's just fine. A little cross-contamination action going on there. So like I said, no background music today. I'm figuring out what YouTube is not liking about my videos. And we'll see if this one has a strike or something against it like yesterday's. I appealed it and it was passed. So they the video is clean from yesterday, but I had to go in and have somebody review it. All right, so this is how I do my hamburger meat here. All right, how's it going, Zed? So I literally just I do this number right here. While it's hot. I know, isn't that crazy? So you'll see where I'm coming from here in a second. Now, I don't recommend cooking like this because you could burn your hands. But what I'm doing is I'm making a big hamburger steak. And then I'll chop it up in 4 pieces so I can flip it. We got Super Salty, we got Luke in the house. I can't scroll up because my hands are dirty. Good day there, Diablo, I can never get your name right. So now we got whistling action going, so now it really sounds like we're cooking. So today the sun is trying to pop out for the first time in like 5 days. So we're going to turn the heat up a little bit. And I'm just going to work this down. Normally, the skillet wouldn't be as hot as it is. It did get a little hotter than I wanted it to. When most people that do this do it with a cold skillet, but I'm kind of hungry. I forgot that I had a Zoom meeting today at 2 o'clock. Or 1, yeah, 2 o'clock. So it lasted for about an hour and a half. All right, we're going to silence that a little bit. I'm going to kick the lid off to the side. So now I can pull the lid off. I just put the lid on there just so it kind of pressures it a little bit. Now we can slow her down on the taters, and they will be just fine. See, it kind of sucks not having the music like I want in the background. So there we go. That's good enough. The skillet's a little hotter than I wanted it to be, or I'd have made it flatter and all the way around. But just because I'm doing a video, it's not easy to do a live cooking stream and cook the way you normally cook. I'll just say that. That's something I'm slowly learning, that whenever I'm, let's see what camera, that's that camera right there. I'm still learning my cameras. That's that camera. I would normally not be having to do certain things, but I had to have everything prepped before I went live. So this is the pepper I like to use right here. So this is the pepper that I prefer. I still need to work on the lighting and more camera placement, but it's getting better. This is only my second live in the kitchen. So I like this cracked pepper on the top here. And you can never have enough cracked pepper on your ground beef there. And it's all different colors there, as you can see. We've got a variety. Yeah, not having music in the background is kind of annoying me right now, really. I'm usually listening to music all day, even when I'm at work. And but we're going to do this stream without music. We got a little bit of that action, a little more pepper. And just for fun, I'm going to throw some garlic powder on there, even though we're going to chop up some garlic and onion here in a second. But just a little bit of that right there. And we're going to let that cook off some of the water. We got Georgia Peach in the house. What are we cooking? Cooking show. Yep. We're cooking. It's in the description. It's grass-fed beef and I know you didn't ask the question, but it's grass-fed beef with sweet potatoes and potatoes. All right, so let's get back over here and work with some garlic action. So actually, I want to put the onion in first. So we're going to do that without bumping the camera. Can we do that without bumping the camera? So this was a previously used onion. We're just going to scrape off that. We're going to do this. And actually, I want to take this outside layer off. We don't want to have that. And now we can cut her up. I usually like to put a full onion in with what I'm cooking, but this is just fine. Like I said, I forgot about that meeting today, and I didn't realize it was going to be a Zoom meeting with a new show where we're going to have to figure out a lot of technical stuff. So I didn't realize it was going to take that much time, but it's okay. So I have both microphones going, so you should be able to hear me loud and clear. I could start singing now that there's no music playing in the background. But I'm going to start working on background music for my streams in my spare time that I don't have. And that's the goal. I just don't have any time lately to do anything except work, sleep, and I barely get sleep. Here's another pro tip for garlic, just in case you don't know. It's going to be messy, but just keep pulling off the layers of skin. I know everybody knows how to do garlic, but some people might not. Just keep pulling off the layers of skin. And depending on the size of the garlic, you can pop them out pretty easy once you do that. Some people take them and jab them with a knife and pull it out. I like doing it like that. So we're running out of real estate on our cutting board. And what I like to do before I even smash these hot rods is I like to cut off these little dry ends right there, like that. So I'll pre-cut all the dry ends. That way that's all done. You don't want that hard stuff in your food. Right there, that's the little hard spot. The onion is starting to get to me a little bit. It's right above my face. It's a good onion when it makes you cry like that. But it's not good when you're doing a live stream and you have to read the chat. I do like a lot of garlic, or I do like a little hamburger meat with my garlic. Let's see, we don't want that little brown spot on there now, do we? Which song should I sing? Let's see, I could sing some BJ Thomas. Nobody wants to hear me sing. All right, so we're going to chop this up a little bit, and then we're going to get back to checking on our ground beef there. It's basically a hamburger steak is what it ends up tasting like, with heavy garlic and onion. But you want to put the garlic and onion in to where it cooks it down to where the onion's not crunchy. That's the way I like it. Garlic I don't really care about. I kind of like the big chunks. It's good for you anyway. All right, let's see what our meat looks like over here. All right, it's looking like it's almost ready to flip. We're going to turn the heat up just a touch. And flip that action over. And there we go. Now, I'm going to rinse this baby off. And just when you thought we were done with seasoning, no. So right now is when I'm going to add the onion and the sides and the garlic on the side. Now these potatoes are pretty much almost done. Yeah. Getting really close. All right, so now we're going to add some cracked pepper. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I got my structure shirt on today. Like, I'm trying to get the weather to warm up, so I'm wearing my Hawaiian shirt, thinking maybe the sun will pop out. So we're going to add a little bit more pepper here. So we got this pepper right here. And we're going to add a little bit more. I don't add salt until the meat is resting. So we're going to add a little bit more of this pepper. And then we're good. Organic pepper. So like I said, I do not add, we're going to let that kind of cook for a second like that. So let's prepare our plate. I'm going to turn this heat down on the taters and put the lid on because there's plenty of residual heat there that will cook those. Now we're going to take our grass-fed cheese and our happy grater, and we're going to prepare our plate with a bed of cheese on it. So let's do that. We got Big D in the chat. We got Hector. We got Nitro Freak. Everybody check out all these Nitro. If you're into Nitros, go check out Nitro Freak's channel. I want to get my RCs going again in my spare time. If I could clone myself like the Hollywood elites do, I could have plenty of time to do what I really wanted to do. So there we go. That's plenty of cheese right there. And my little thing fell down here. So just in case you're wondering, the cheese that I'm using, again, it is this cheese right here. It's grass-fed right there. It's a grass-fed cheese. And then it's the same company with the butter. It's Irish butter and Irish cheese. Good stuff. Really good stuff. And a little pro tip. I'm going to cover this on every video. I know I'm going to be repetitive, but you just take your cheese, just wrap it up in a little paper towel, and you're good to go. It will not go bad on you. Oh, here's something I found. So when I used to have the website 20 years ago, this was the screen printing for the t-shirts. So there's the old website screen printing. So this was on the back, and then this little one down here was the front screen. So I'm going to backlight this thing, and I'm going to put it somewhere here in the kitchen. But that's the old screen print. That thing's probably 20 years old at this point. So yeah, I forgot I had that. I got it from the guy that did the screen printing. All right, so that's what we just wanted right there. We just wanted to kind of cook the garlic and onions. So you can see how it softened them up right there, just to give it a little bit of steam on them. And of course we're sticking, so that means I had a fail. That's okay. We'll turn the heat down and we'll be good. It'll release. All right, so I'm going to look at the chat here for a second. All right, somebody's messaging me. Got Bearded Eagle in the chat. How's the audio sounding? So mic sound okay? So if you want to drop any links in your channels there, just hit the link there. Eventually, I'm going to have somebody help me read the chat if the numbers go higher and people get used to me doing the cooking videos every day. The biggest problem with cooking is my time schedule. I don't know when. I have phone calls. I wanted to get on a schedule. I wanted to go right after Kelly's crafting show, but that's just not going to work every day. But that's my goal, is to transition out of Kelly's crafting and start cooking, because that's about when I only eat once a day. That's when I'm going to do this. Got it? Rock and roll. All right, got Gloria. Let's see. Where's my fork? Okay, Gloria, right here. It is a, here's your silver fork. Actually, this is my fork. This is the one that you eat off of, this one. So this is your fork, Gloria. All right, and this is mine. It's a little bit longer. And it's silver. This is the silverware from my grandmother's set. When my grandmother died, nobody wanted her silver set. I just didn't understand that. So I took the set, because they were just going to do whatever with it. And I was like, why don't you want their silver? It's because it was dirty, and I cleaned it. So, there you go. So these taters are done. Sweet taters and sweet taters. So once you turn them over like that, you can see I normally make a little bit more, but I'm trying to cut back. But yeah, they're nice and soft. That's how long it takes to make sweet taters and taters. So that was 1 sweet potato and 2 russet potatoes, Texas taters. So we're going to put the lid on that. So, well, actually, we'll leave that for video purposes. We'll leave that open. But I would normally put the lid on that. All right, so let's flip our meat here and see what we got. It should be nice and brown. That's what we're looking for. And this is where I break out the, go ahead and red tag me there, Red Cactus. I'm using metal on my stainless, but I'm not touching the metal on my stainless. So that's about the browning I like on the meat right there. Let's see, what else are we going to do? Oh, we need to put some of this. We're going to put some of this nutritional yeast, and you can see it's got a lot of nutritional value on there. You can see it's good stuff. We're going to put this on the bed of cheese right here. Just a little bit like that. Just for that added nutrition. Like that. We got Thompson in the chat. We got Andy's Journey. We got Bygone. How's it going, everybody? We're doing a cooking stream every day. That's the goal. It's just going to be at whatever time I can start the kitchen up. Whatever my workflow suggests me do, that's what I'm going to be doing. All right. So let's get back over here. Yeah, this is me right here and right there. This is the camera system, one of their surveillance cameras in the house. So that's why it has a little bit of a refresh rate, a little bit slower. This one's a webcam that I converted. Actually, this is a security camera that I converted into a webcam. It's a Wise camera, and I uploaded some different firmware, and I'm using that as a webcam. So isn't that cool? All right, so the meat is kind of resting right now. If you wanted to make gravy with this, which I don't use, I don't eat wheat anymore or anything like that, this is when you can make your gravy. This is pretty lean stuff. I'll show you the type of meat it is. Well, it's grass-fed beef, okay? You know what grass-fed beef is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the salt. So this is where I add the salt when the meat is resting. I don't salt when I cook. Is what I do. Everybody does their stuff different. So we're going to add that salt, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with a little bit of distilled water on the side. And that's going to steam just for a second, and that's going to melt the salt, and it's going to be really nice. So these taters are really done here. Turn off the heat. And then another pro tip, I'm sure you know this already, is you put your plate. I eat on Corningware only, so you can put this in the oven. You can put this anywhere that's got heat, on top of the stove like I'm going to do. And it heats your plate, and that way your food doesn't get cold when you're eating it. Chat room's not moving anymore. There we go. Why distilled water? Because that's the only water I drink. So it's I'm not going to use tap water because, you know, there's chlorine and fluoride and all that fun stuff. That's all I use. That's all I drink is distilled water. So there you go. It's the cleanest water that I can find. And I'm just going to keep doing what I've been doing to increase my health. So distilled water is working for me. I eat enough of sea salt to get the minerals that I need. So there we go. That's good enough. We're turning off the heat completely now. So now the meat is going to start resting. So we're going to put that off to the side. And now, while this is still hot, put the plate right there. See, I only have to cook for one person now. So, one plate, really easy to heat up. Used to, I would put the plates in the toaster oven over there. But, over there, the toaster oven's over there. But now, I can heat up my plate like this. So before I was heating 2 plates, toaster oven. If you have a toaster, a regular old toaster, like this, if you get one that's flat, I've also done where you set the plate on the top and you just turn on the toaster and it heats the plate just the same way. So it's a little pro tip there. Put it on the top of a flat toaster. This one's flat. So when you buy a toaster, make sure you get the one that's got the flat top if you can. And you can double it as a plate warmer. Yeah, I've been cooking since I was a little kid, so I'm right at home in the kitchen. My family had a bakery, and I saw a lot of action in the bakery, how that stuff was done. My mom. And whenever she was working at the bakery and I was at home, I was cooking for myself. We got White Fang in the chat room. We got Graham Beck, Hector, Brenda Jackson, Andy. Let's see, what we got. Loves What Heat in here. I saw somebody. No, that says love you all. Let's see what else is going on in the chat. I know I'm probably missing something. Okay, Red Cactus says, you red tagged me 3 times yesterday. It's only fair, just saying. Yeah, well, if everybody check out, Red Cactus posted a cooking video on her Cactus Time channel. So this plate's getting pretty warm. Let's see what temperature the plate is. So I'm going to go over here and get our temperature going, just for fun. And we're going to see what temperature. So our plate's 161 degrees. So that's nice and warm. And it's probably getting the thermal through the plate. Yeah, so it's actually 150 something. So yeah, that's plenty warm. That'll keep your food warm. Now, here's something that that you're probably going to freak out on. So see all this butter right here? It's grass-fed butter. Well, watch this. I'm going to do this. This is something that I do right when I salt it, and I forgot to do it this time. So I'm red tagging myself. I got in a hurry for the video. So this is what we have to do. The butter goes on top, and it's going to have to melt. We're going to have to cut that up to help that melt. I would normally cut that up in slices, but today's been one of those days where I'm in a hurry, and I'm getting hangry. So we don't want to get hangry now, do we? There. So that butter is going to be there. And remember, I put the salt down first, and the butter has salt on it too. So now we're going to let that melt. And that basically makes a butter gravy, because the fatter you eat, the skinnier you're going to be. Fat makes you skinny, and lean stuff makes you fat. So if you eat stuff with high sugar, you're going to probably have an issue with your blood sugar. That's what I found. My body's works that way. Everybody's body's different though. So you do yourself what you think's best for you to eat. But I found the more fatty foods I eat, the better I feel, the higher energy I have. All right. Julie Mumphrey says, don't forget to drink your water. Thank you. Let's go get some water. All right, where were we? We're right here. All right, I want to read some more of the chat while that butter's melting. Keto is great. Yeah, and see, I don't really do keto, as you can see. Right here, this is not keto. This is potatoes and sweet potatoes. But I eat as clean as possible. The eggs, here's a good example. Some of the best eggs you can find are these. Vital Farms. They're actually rated pretty high on the egg rating website. And maybe I'll have Nightbot post that in the chat. But these things are very bright orange yolks. And they're pretty expensive though. They're like $6 something for a dozen. But that's the eggs I use. So tomorrow we will be cooking sweet potatoes and venison with eggs, I think. I haven't decided yet. To the chat here. Let's see. We got Zeiser in the chat. Awesome. Seeing a lot of names I haven't seen in a while. Bearded sent me here. Appreciate it, Bearded. I see some good home cooking. Yes, sir, Zeiser. Remember, only buy food from local. Yep, the potatoes are Texas potatoes. So my taters are from Texas. As you can see, right here, Texas taters. I don't know how local they are, but it's pretty close. It's close enough. I buy as local as I can get, you know. Now, this butter is from Ireland, so it's Irish butter. So that's not very local, but that's the cleanest butter I can find, because the butter here in the States doesn't have the same regulation that the butter over there does. So the food is cleaner in other parts of the world. Just in case you didn't know that. I'm sure everybody does, though. All right, so now it's time to prepare our plate. Wow, my video is pretty far behind. Oh, that's because I didn't hit live. There we go. So let's see how far behind our video is. I did a clap, and we'll see where the clap is there. We got Steve S in the chat. We got Allie. So that's about 10 seconds. That's not bad. 10 seconds from my live broadcast right here in Prism to what I'm seeing on YouTube in the chat room. That's not bad. All right. So our butter is melted. Voila. That's good. So we're going to put that off to the side. And now we'll put our plate back down. Even though the plate is still pretty warm. It was 120 degrees. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the butter. You never have enough butter. Here's our happy little knife. Put the butter right there on that bed of cheese. And we're going to take some happy little potatoes and sweet potatoes here. Look at that. Doesn't get any better than that. I'm going to put that right on this bed of grass-fed cheese. It's, that's a little more than I wanted, but you know, I only eat once a day. So just in case you're wondering. And now we're going to take one of these happy little halves here, like that. And we got some grass-fed beef. And just for fun, we're going to put a little garlic and onion on the side. There, out of the skillet. And there we go. Grass-fed beef, garlic and onions on a hot plate. Potatoes and sweet potatoes. And the camera doesn't do it justice. You could just smell that. So we did all that in a matter of how long? 40 minutes. Not too bad. And as far as dessert, I'll be covering that on some of my other streams. Do y'all want to see me make how I make my dessert? So put 1 in the chat if you want to see me make my dessert or call it good for the stream today. So I'll wait for some feedback on the dessert. And I'll go ahead and grab a bowl just in case. All right, so we're going to go over here. We're going to get our dessert bowl. So looks like everybody wants to see the dessert. All right, so here we go. So this is what my dessert is. While that's still hot, cover this up. This is what I eat for dessert. I'll show you up close. And then some cinnamon. All right, so how can we get this to where the camera shows this? I'm going to have to do some inventory shift to show this correctly. Actually, I can do it over here. We're moving over here to do the dessert. So this is where the magic happens, right here. And where is my cinnamon? Houston, we have a problem. Oh, already got it over here. All right. So this is what I do. And just when you think we're done with butter. Not quite. All right, so never mind all this other stuff. So here's my dessert. So I use this happy little bowl here. And I want to find, they've been out of organic peanut butter, but this is peanut butter that just has salt and peanuts, no canola oil, just 2 ingredients, the peanuts and salt. So this is the base of the dessert. This is Madava honey, and it's been tested for 130 different toxic chemicals. This is the cleanest honey I could find. It's $11 a jar. And this is the best cinnamon that's not hard on your liver. Starts with a C. You can pronounce that yourself. Don't ask me to. And what you don't want here is you don't want any of the garlic floating around in there like that one is doing. So this is what I do. It's this simple. I grab a little bit of butter, just like this. You don't have to add the butter. I do. Like that much right there. Doesn't take much. And then because the butter stuck to the spoon, it doesn't matter. But then I grab some honey like that, spin it around. So there's my honey and butter. And then the base of the dessert is going to be this peanut butter. And because I don't eat ice cream anymore, this is basically my ice cream. You can freeze it, make it harder. I will put this in the refrigerator, or I'll probably put this in the deep freeze and then have it as more of an ice cream. And we'll just put a little bit more peanut butter in there. That's probably good. And then the magic touch is the cinnamon to your flavor. And the cinnamon helps modulate your blood sugar. So that's kind of a thing there. And again, this is the type of cinnamon I use. This is the honey, which is the cleanest honey that I could find. It's very expensive. And I keep these in the refrigerator. So it's kind of like a cold dessert. So that's the base right there is the peanut butter. And then I'll mix it together. Show you what it looks like. And it makes a happy little peanut butter ice cream kind of thing. So just chop up the butter a little bit. And everything in the chat is stored by Nightbot. So I can go back, and that's what I do after my videos. Is I go back and I go to Nightbot and I read the chat through Nightbot. So if you have a question or suggestion or something you would like to see me cook, you can leave that. Remember, I eat clean, so make sure it's a food that's clean, and I will do my best to cook it. Now, see, as I'm stirring it up here, it changes its kind of a texture because of the sugar and the honey, and it starts looking a lot different here. And then basically you've made peanut butter ice cream, and I'm going to put it in the deep freeze, and then that's going to be my dessert. And then I'll have on the side I'll have pineapples, frozen pineapples, sometimes blueberries and strawberries. So there we go. That is my dessert, and it's amazing the way this tastes. You can't even imagine. It just, the smell with the cinnamon, it's kind of like eating pecan pie, but peanut butter pie in a way. I don't know how to explain it. So we're going to go put this in the deep freeze real quick. And we're going to get back to what we were doing. So I don't know if you can still hear me, but I'm in the living room. Oh, and here's some of my other desserts here. This is something else here. So we're going to show you. So this is what I eat for fruit. So I still have sugar in my body, but it's natural. This is the natural sugar. It's organic frozen pineapples. There's nothing added, no sugar. Mangoes, you have to let them defrost or you'll hurt your teeth. They're all frozen, so you just let them defrost. And then sometimes these strawberries, but I do wash these strawberries before I eat them just in case, because there's been some issues with strawberries lately. So we're going to put this back up, and I'll be right back. I'll read the chat and see what's going on in there. All right, got another message. Let's see. Sun Honey's in the chat. Let's see. All right, good. Nothing urgent. All right, so today we're not playing any music on the stream just because I wanted to see what YouTube's going to do with this video. And I'm going to switch back to this camera over here. So yeah, today we're not doing music just because I want to see what happens with this video when I'm done. So normally I would tell the assistant to play a certain song, but this time we're just going to ask her to tell us a joke. Computer, tell me a long joke.
What kind of socks does a pirate wear? Arr. Guile.
Argyle. Haha. All right, that was not long enough. Let's see. Computer, sing me a love song.
A song? I thought you'd never ask. Your circuits are fused, you're feeling confused. Why, oh why, oh why, oh why? But I'll be right here to lend you an ear. Hi, oh hi, oh hi, oh hi. You feel more than something, your heart quickly.
So you think I'm going to get a copyright strike with that?
It sounds like to me, oh, it's got to be.
So I'm just testing out YouTube. So let's see if AI will give me a copyright strike on that.
It's a love song, so sing along. It's where you belong.
No! Steve's going, no, no. Seth says, probably, yeah. So I'm going to read the chat a little bit real quick here, and maybe by tomorrow I'll have enough time to get some of my music together that I know that's copyright free, and we'll have a little background music in the stream. But love you all. Yeah, it really sucks not being able to play music on the outro, but I'm testing out YouTube to see what they do with certain songs. And tomorrow we'll go back to music, it looks like. All right, so we got Hector, Steve, Zed's Place, Steve S. Yeah, everybody check out Zed's Place. Zed type link in the chat so they can go check out your ant art and all your projects. Andy's Journeys, everyone have a good day. Luke, love you all. And we're going to be ending this probably in about 20 or 30 seconds. Big Dice, Sun Honey, Hector, Brenda Jackson. Y'all do realize they are going to put the... Yeah, I heard that, Brenda. I saw something about that last night. They're talking about putting some juicy juice in the hamburger meat or the cows or something. In our food supply somehow. Yep, I did hear that. All right, so love y'all, and computer, play me an outro song.
Playing specific songs is only available.
Oh
on
no,
Amazon
we're not
Music
going to do that.
Unlimited.
No.
Here's
we're
a
not.
station
Nope.
based
No.
on
No.
Outlaw
No.
by
Oh,
M83.
computer, stop. Nope. All right, we're out of here.
Chemtrails.
Fear is freedom. Subjugation is liberation. Contradiction is truth. Those are the facts of this world. And you will all surrender to them. You pigs in human clothing!
We just need cash. I know a lot of people want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
Yeah. Adios, mofo.